Ooh, let's talk about it.
So,
Intergalactic and the Heretic Prophet. The
I am
next
200% in. 200%. And this is why.
I'm dabbling my toe in
hey,
the water.
hey, man.
Well, the thing about it is, bro, all right, Naughty Dog as a whole, look at it. They've done two excellent platformers of our childhood.
Hmm.
And then look at the transition after that. They went to an action adventure treasure hunter
Hmm.
game. And then, they ended that series off with, because to be honest, I was like, bro, when I first saw the trailer for Lost Legacy, I was like, Nadine and Chloe, they were just two glorified side characters, bro. But
Especially
they
Nadine.
did, but they did delivered. They delivered. I
Hmm.
remember that stage where you were just driving around in the Jeep and they were just talking to each other.
Mm.
I was like, bro, like this is great dialogue. No cutscenes. You're just driving around doing all the quests within that hub world. And
Hmm.
it's like, look at this dialogue. So that way when the next chapter started to take off cinematically, you are up to date.
Right. You understand why they get along better and things like that.
So then The Last of Us comes along. A much more grittier survival horror, post-apocalyptic type of vibe. So you could tell, like Naughty Dog, they take their time. They take their time as they enter new different worlds. Now, yes, The Last of Us 2 had a very dramatic shift due to XYZ. But then I think that was also, to go back into like the universe. This universe is very dark. Like, don't get attached to nobody because you just might not know what happens. And and that shows you in the gameplay that you always had to pivot from your craftiness. Like, how am I supposed to make a Molotov cocktail while this big blob
Right.
of a
It's chasing
mushroom
me.
is rushing me at a linebacker speed?
Right. I got a tin can, some rags, and a lighter. Like,
And it's like, you better make it
yeah.
work. So now here comes, a sci-fi game with some retro anime type of
Cowboy Bebop, Acura influence.
influences. When I first saw the character, it's like, bro, this is Tati Gabriel. Like,
Who is
and
so fine.
I love her as a character because even there was even a Twitter discourse conversation. They wanted her to be Mystique in the new X-Men universe, and I was like, you know what? She has the build for it, she has the allure for it, and she has the voice for it. That very enticing type of voice. To go back to this, she was the sub villain who became the main villain of the Uncharted movie.
Yeah.
Not the best movie, but it worked out. So I'm glad that they picked her up for another project. I get it. People have this weird look about her design, but then I thought about it. Space Marines. When I was watching Alien Colonial Marines, the second one, a lot of them had shortcuts. It's either that white person buzz cut mohawk or just a fresh shaved prison style cage fighter ball cut. And then, it's based off her character model. She's a bald headed, fade, low cut fade person. And when you look at it, she's a bounty hunter. Like, even when I saw the female bounty hunters in Star Wars, they all had similar hairstyles because when you're in that type of field, hair might actually be something that could turn against you. Like, oh, here comes some
for sure.
monster just grabs you.
For sure. He gets caught in something, snagging something.
So,
I get the thinking behind it.
I'm interested. I'm interested to see where it is. I do have a lot of faith in Naughty Dog for what they're able to do from multiple genres. And I feel like that is the beauty of it. I am interested in terms of, like, I remember when the trailer started, they had a quote from a religion. So I'm interested to see, like, well, how does that come into space sci-fi? But you just never know. You just never know. The art style looks great. Like I said, it's still a CGI trailer. You don't even know how the actual combat is going to make it. So you have to really look at it as a clean slate to me. And I'm just loving it. I'm loving it. They did a collage of like female protagonists that we got during the PS4 cycle and the PS5 cycle. And then when I saw those pictures, I was like, I just got to give that a hand clap. These were actually good female protagonists. They were very, very well rounded, and then they're showcasing the new ones that are up on the way. They had Siri, they had her, they had the new Ghost of Yote,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like, yes, these are very intriguing things to look forward to, man. Like, I get it. This climate is very, yeah, it's oppressive. It's very, very oppressive. Like, just like how we said with the other conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But then, to be honest, bro, don't back down to that, because at the end of the day, you have to stand your ground. Like, when I think of stand your ground, I think of that speech that Magneto did on X-Men 97 about an inclusive world. We share this world. You may not have to like us, but we hold a presence here. And I'm thinking about, what if all the other civil rights movements, or just movements in general for women, if they would have continued to stay oppressed, what would we not have? Like, for an example, in the WNBA, it was a Bahamian woman who won the championship.
Mm.
And she came back home with the trophy and everything, and she was telling young girls that you could really do that. So that really inspired me, and to see, like, yes, there's so much more that's being opened up to women who are just not backing down to these mindless rants, to these mindless antics, because at the end of the day, they are capable of telling a good story.
Which is true.
And I feel like that is what the
it's a proven
focus.
thing with Naughty Dog for sure.
That is what the focus needs to be. Like I said, it's a clean slate, and I know some people said there's been leaks, but then to be honest, I've always taken those with a grain of salt, because I've seen some Pokemon leaks that I could have swore to God was real. But then get that final product. Nope.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, bro, it's the internet. And to go back to what me and Jory have said, like from Metal Gear Solid, there's just so much information that is out there now that you don't even know what is real, because people are just pushing it out there just for whatever agenda that they have. Oh, hey, here's my monthly intake of my followers and comments. Yeah, because you rage baited people.
Yes, definitely.
You did it. You did a clickbait header that you didn't even talk about that.
Didn't expand on it. Didn't get, yeah.
But numbers is numbers. So, like I said, bro, I love it. The music, even the people who were buying it, like, I was like, Porsche. And then you saw Porsche actually posted that on their Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like,
hey, get them Adidas on.
Like, get that buy-in support, bro. Get it.
So here's what I'll say, and it's still an expansion of what I said to you in the group chat, to y'all in the group chat. I'm with you, Tim. I think if anyone has proven themselves to be able to write competent characters, it's Naughty Dog. I think if anybody deserves the benefit of a doubt as a company, it's them. I'm 1000% with you on that. It's also a CGI trailer. Again, we know nothing about how this is going to play out, which I have a critique for that, but it's not about this game in particular. The thing with me, actually, that is essentially my critique. My critique kind of boils down to two things. The first thing being what I said in the group chat, which was I'm a little nervous with the way Neil Druckmann seems to be very gung-ho with Sony's gung-ho of give us a game that we can turn into a TV show, into a movie, into merchandising. And to me, a trailer like this, where everything is basically, here's our sci-fi setting with this very human, notable, recognizable actor. It's kind of like, okay, so when's the live action movie coming? And that was kind of one of the first little minor red flags to me of like, I think some of this latest stuff that he's done, not that it's bad, it's not bad, but I think it's giving more, he wants to make a movie than a game. It's a movie with game elements. It's a cinematic story that happens to have gameplay aspects to it. And Jory and I spoke about this at length during the stream of the Game Awards of like, gaming has such a unique identity to itself that those two worlds do not need to become one, right?
Yes.
Hollywood is burning. The gaming industry, for as much trouble as it's going through, is still $1 billion industry. It's still producing more than any of the other entertainment genres right now, besides maybe reality TV in terms of just sheer profit margins. So to me, it's like when you have games like this, we also have realized this console generation that everyone is in a monkey see, monkey do style of game making is I don't want to then see Microsoft's attempt at whatever Intergalactic ends up being, Nintendo's attempt, this third party company's attempt. I don't want to see movies the video game. Any, like in this next couple of years, I want to see a video game that can have cinematic elements, right? We all love the Uncharted set pieces, but there's a reason why those same set pieces don't work in the Uncharted movie. There's a reason why the set pieces in the Tomb Raider reboot didn't work in the Tomb Raider movie. You're more, like you said, Tim, there's something about you, the player, driving those two women around in that hub world that allows you to connect better with the character because you have some type of control over how they operate within this world. If you're showing me all these beautiful cinematic things, I might as well just put my controller down. So my second other critique on it is more so of like, I think, and I said this to Jory during the awards, is I think the era of the CGI only trailer is dead. I think this whole era of I'm just going to show y'all a little something, no gameplay. Yes, it's in real engine, whatever. Not using any pre-rendered. That's all great. We know how good graphics have gotten over the years, and Naughty Dog is one of the best at motion capture. I get it. It's just a game. This is not the PS2, Xbox era where this game was coming out next year. This game didn't even have a release date at the end of the trailer. So for all we know, it's 3 years away. I don't want to see that anymore. It was the same thing with The Witcher. I'm like, I don't want to see this trailer where the final product's going to look so different because you're not coming out with this game for another 2 years. You've been working on this. He said it himself. I've been working on this game since 2020. And you don't have a release date at the end of the trailer. You have no gameplay to show us. Maybe they're saving it for a PlayStation Showcase that we're supposed to be rumored to be getting. Maybe. Hopefully.
Maybe.
Right? But I'm just like, I think as I was sitting there watching it, I'm like, I don't have a lot of the same objections that the internet has about her having a shaved head. I think everything you said, Tim, made perfect sense to me. I'm like, bounty hunter in space, color. I'm like, I'm with it. I had no objections. I'm like, at this point, show me gameplay. That was pretty much it. Don't show me this movie. I'm tired of the movies. Show me this game that has gameplay. And if the rumors are true and it's supposed to play like an Uncharted in space, that sounds fire. I would like to see that very much. Thank you. So those are my thoughts. S-Rank, you got any thoughts about Intergalactic?
Um, y'all gonna look at me crazy, but I could live without playing a Naughty Dog game. Um,
I don't think
you
there's nothing wrong
know,
with that.
yeah, I could live without playing a single one of them. I'll play Uncharted, but I won't go out of my way to get it. Only because there's just things that play the same and that I'm more interested in, or just gravitate, my interest more. The storylines, set pieces, A1, in my opinion, groundbreaking for the time
Mm-hmm.
that those things were made. How do I feel about this? I'm on the fence, man. I think gameplay would help,
It would have helped a
especially with
lot.
the environment that we're in.
It would have shut up a lot of
It
the
would have, it would have.
narratives.
But my thing is, man, I was like, I hope it does well because I want my Guardians of the Galaxy too, man. Um, I do. And I think, people don't give it this. If you guys can play that, well, I don't see why Guardians of the Galaxy 2 should got a bad rap that it did. I know timing had everything to
I
do
would
with
say
it. It was
timing.
coming off. Yeah, timing had everything to do with it. But that game was so unbelievably amazing that it's one of those games that if you watch somebody play it, you won't like it. And that's the first time I played a game in a long time where I played the game and I was like, yo, this is way more fun. This is way more of a game than I thought it was. So with the Intergalactic, all because of timing. The thing is, the reason why I find it so, I don't think it's wise to make games with these face models that people know, or these actresses and actors, is because now they know who this actor is that's playing this role, right?
Hmm.
Oh, wait, okay, let's see this. Let's go on this actor's page. Let's say if she says something I like or don't like. Boom. Now
Is
you
this what you're
get
putting in your
more.
game?
Now you get more of a reason. You know what I'm saying? Or for example, say Jonathan Majors was in a game and they went back in his history. You're putting Jonathan Majors a likeness, and I feel threatened as a Caucasian lady who will chase him, and then there
Hmm.
you go. I don't think for me, I rather the game take an identity for itself because now, I recognize every face and I don't want those things to mend, right? I don't come to games it can have cinematic elements, but I want to play. That's a lot of people's complaint with Metal Gear Solid 4, right? It's more cutscenes than it was gameplay. And so people were furious, and I understand. For me, I couldn't understand it because I looked at it as a piece, but people fell in love with Metal Gear Solid because it was a game. So you can't take that away from what people want. I don't, the same thing going back to Death Stranding. Like, hey, I'm glad these actors are here, but hey, this game better play fire because you forgot you was making a game.
Right.
And so now we
That
got
is
the
a one for
simulator.
one on Norman Reedus. Like,
It doesn't make your characters memorable. The reason why we like Snake and we want to see these IPs is they're making characters that are never before seen before. I don't want to play a game to where I see the actor's likeness and then the voice actor at that. Maybe the actor's likeness is cool, but the voice makes that identity of the character. That's a one for one. But now if it's a one for one, just to me, just like, oh, I'm not interested, man, at all. Um, we'll wait to see. I don't know what the premise of the game is, but if those leaks are true, and I believe they are, because they weren't wrong with the Last of Us leaks
at all.
at all. I think Pokemon. It's okay for Pokemon to have misinterpretation because Nintendo's pretty tight with their no. Whoever works at Nintendo, man, they got the secret passageway microchip ready to press the button. Suicide. They got Amanda
Retina
Waller working
code.
there.
Breathe
You know what
into
I'm
this.
saying?
Put your hands here.
But even with like certain things, I think because of the way the character looks, it connects to characters that were exactly what they did not want to play as. The Forspoken character, people were like, okay, I'm gonna get this type of game, and they were right.
Mm.
Because Naughty Dog has such a reputation, you're looking at this game like, okay, can we play a little something different now? We did Last of Us, or Uncharted in Space, something with the retro look. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I think because of today's climate, I would have done things a little bit differently, but it's not my IP. Um, and we'll just have to wait and see. I don't like the fact that I see actors that I recognize in Hollywood. Like, give somebody else a shot. Like, this genre needs to be able to, like, let's have more Troy Bakers. Let's have more people that don't have a name that could actually make this. You took a chance with Kevin Conroy, right? It
Hmm.
worked. Let's see more of that uh golden well, I don't know the term I want to pull on, but let's see more of the diamond in the rough. Let's see more gem. Let's see more gems. Let's see more wild cards. That's what I want.
Yeah, even the,
So
the choice of casting Mark Hamill for some of these roles, it's like you casted uh the Star Wars guy, right? Because that's how he would have been remembered, like the
again,
Star Wars guy. But then you find out that Mark
again,
Hamill is like extremely talented as a
yeah,
voiceover, where you're just like,
which is fun. Yeah,
it's not until you got older, you're like, oh, that was Luke. He's the Joker.
yeah,
Wow.
and you didn't know. But yeah, I just want to. I don't like this direction because the film industry isn't going well at all, right? Craven, for example, that whole entire movie, you got A-list actors, and they did not save your movie. So